the list if I have a list. This episode, cause like I have my retainers in. Like, bro, I had went to the dentist today, and like, bro, like they was just on my ass, bro. Well, I ain't gonna say they was on my ass, but they was like, man, you gotta wear your retainers. Like we could see that your teeth is shifting and shit. So I'm like, man, fuck it, man. I gotta put these bitches back in. But bro, that shit, bro, I ain't gonna cap. I think that's the biggest fucking scam like ever, my nigga. A bigger scam than any type of insurance. Bigger scam than anything you could fucking think of, bro. Getting braces is such a fucking scam, game. Like, what do you mean that I paid thousands of dollars to put fucking wires in my mouth, right? I had that in for 2, 3, 4 years, however long it takes you to have them, right? You gotta put braces in every couple months. They gotta take the wire out, put it back in. Now your shit hurt and like you just got them bitches put back on, right? You do all of that for 2, 3 years straight, right? And now you gotta wear retainers for the rest of your fucking life. Like, nigga, what the fuck? Like, nigga, what the fuck? Like, what do you mean that I just did all of this fucking work and now I gotta wear a fucking retainer for the rest of my fucking life? Like, who the fuck gonna think of that shit, bro? And then bro, fucking the retainers be like a piece of fucking plastic, fucking this fucking big, bro. Not even this big, bro. 500, $300. Like, what the fuck? Like, what do you mean, bro? Like, I ain't gonna cap. That shit fucking blows me, bro. I remember, bro. This is like my second or third pairs of fucking retainers game. Like, I already lost these bitches like 2, 3 times again. Like, bro, like that's how I got. That's how I got out of them braces, bro. Because like, because my bottom shits was fucked up worse than my top. And like, bro, I lost my shits for like a good month or two, right? And like I had like when I first lost them, I had made a dentist appointment, but like they didn't give me into their schedule until like a couple months like after I made that schedule because I guess they was backed up or whatever. But like by the time that happened, like my shit was all fucked up, like all fucked up. So now I've been having like bottom braces in since like May of last year, bro. And now it's bro, not even last year again. I might have had these bitches in for like a good year and a half now, bro. Just cause I didn't wear my fucking retainers for a month, 2 months max. Like that's just a fucking scam, bro. But anyways, bro, let's get into this video. You feel me? Oh man.
You won't find happiness at the end of your next goal. That's exactly the reality of the Lich. He got everything that he'd been chasing for years.
In succeeding, I lost all purpose.
Now he just waits alone, without purpose. Because chasing purpose and goals without joy doesn't make you fulfilled. It makes you empty. And if you've ever chased a goal hoping it would complete you, his story will show you a way out. In a show full of candy people, fart jokes, and talking rainbows, the Lich stands out like a void in the center.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, I think Adventure Time is like my favorite show ever, bro. Like, bro, like I remember watching, bro. Cause me personally, gang, I was a Cartoon Network kid, bro. Like I grew up on that shit. I ain't like Disney Channel. I ain't like Nickelodeon. I ain't like none of them bitches, bro. Like I don't, bro. It might be an unpopular opinion game, but I do not like SpongeBob, bro. Well, I'm not gonna say I don't like it, but that shit's not that good, game. Like I don't really fuck with SpongeBob. The only shits I fuck with other than Cartoon Network was Disney XD. And that's it. That is like I did not fuck with Disney Channel. I did not fuck with Nickelodeon. I did not fuck with what's another one? I think that's the only like the big three, right? Like Disney Channel, Nickelodeon, and Cartoon Network. I might be forgetting something. Like I know they got like Nick Jr. and Nick Teens or whatever the fuck, but like they all kind of getting put in that same Nickelodeon. But I don't know. I ain't fuck with none of them, bro. Like I ain't like the sitcoms. Like I don't like none of like those reality TV shows. Like I fucking hated bro, I hated like actual like real life like shows like let me see. The only ones I fuck with was was Jesse. That's it. I ain't even I mean Phineas and Ferb was cool it was cool and all, but like to me personally, I liked it. What the fuck? See, look, bro. What is going on, man? No. Disney Channel shows. Let me see. My fault, y'all. But bro, I didn't fuck with. Bro, why is it coming up with like Disney Plus shit, bro? Yeah, this shit not showing up. Let me see, like, bro, I didn't fuck with Ant Farm like talking about. I ain't like fucking Living Maddie. Austin and Ally was cool. It was alright, but I ain't really watch. I only watched it if that was the only shit that was on. I ain't fuck with. You know what? From the couple shows that I watched from Andy Mack game, I didn't think Andy Mack was that bad. But like literally any of the like old actually let me take that back. I fuck with Bunk and I fuck with and Jesse. That's the only two like reality shows I like, and like like anything from like Disney XD I fuck with like Lab Rats and shit like that. But other than that, I ain't fuck with that like bro Casey Undercover, hell no. Fucking Bizarre Vark. Bro, ain't this shit with Logan Paul in them? Yeah, I didn't watch none of these shits. So I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all niggas. Yeah, I fuck with Lab Rats, but other than that, oh yeah, kicking it. Oh yeah, Randy Cunningham. Bro, what y'all niggas know about Randy Cunningham game? This shit was tough. I ain't gonna cat. This shit was tough game. I fuck with Randy Cunningham, but But yeah, though. But like anything like on Disney Channel, like Inform, Living Maddie, fucking Hannah Montana, iCarly, all them shits. I did not fuck with them shits, bro. And I ain't even gonna cap, bro. I got a theory when it comes to that game. I feel like any black male that like watched Disney Channel or watched like Nickelodeon, like religiously, like constantly, more than Cartoon Network, more than like cartoon shows. I feel like that's why we be having black men fucking with white girls, bro. I personally think that like it's brainwashed from an early age, and that's why they don't see the beauty in black women, cause of Disney show, cause of Nickelodeon, cause of Disney XD. I mean not Disney XD, Disney Channel. That's my personal opinion. I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, back to the video.
Of it all. He isn't a king, he isn't a tyrant. He's a cosmic embodiment of evil, birthed from a catalyst comet, the same way Finn's soul once entered the world. But where Finn embodied growth, choice, and light, the Lich was everything opposite. After the mushroom bombs detonated, his soul latched onto a dying body submerged in mutagenic waste. And what came out wasn't human. It wasn't even angry. It was purpose. Pure, unfeeling, inevitable. The Lich saw himself as the last scholar of Gold, with only one goal: to extinguish all.
With Asana, you can manage any kind of work, from project intake to campaign
life. And the way he does that is a bit frightening. The first time we really see him in action in Mortal Folly, he doesn't scream or conquer like an evil baddie in most shows. He just moves on like a plague. Quiet, cold, inevitable. He takes over a snail, releases his trapped body from an amber prison, and makes the run for it for his well of power. And right there, the first hints start at the way that the Lich operates. Unlike most hostile monsters, the Lich doesn't mindlessly murder anything he sees. He specifically wants to eradicate all life in existence, and seems to understand that simply destroying everything in his path wherever he goes is not the best way to go about doing that. He needs a more calculated plan than indiscriminate murder. More on that later. The biggest problem with...
Bro, that was fucked up when he had took over that big tall nigga. I forgot his name, bro. Like that shit, bro. That shit scared the fuck out of me when I was a kid,
is
bro.
that it makes him flawed. His arrogance and his single-minded nature lead to his defeat at the hands of opponents towards whom he was originally derisively dismissive. He laughed at Finn's attempts to stop him, but was later overpowered because he overestimated him. And being defeated the first time, only makes him come back stronger. After his body is destroyed by Finn, the Lich's disempowered spirit doesn't die. It adapts. He slips into Princess Bubblegum like a parasite, twisting her body into a nightmarish vessel in mortal recoil. And when Finn and Ice King somehow manage to stop him again, he retreats back into the one creature he first used to escape, the snail. That should have been the end. Instead, it's just the reset. Because chasing goals isn't always about going forwards. Sometimes you have to take 2 steps back to move forward again. That's what the Lich does. He waits for the perfect moment, and that moment arrives when he finds the perfect disguise. Billy.
Yeah,
A hero,
Billy.
Someone Finn and Jake would never question. Wearing Billy's skin, he doesn't fight like the hero does. He manipulates. He spins a story about saving the world, about collecting the princess's gems to stop the Lich. And the boy believes him.
And then once
Of
he
course
got out,
does,
yeah, bro.
because who
Y'all
wouldn't
niggas
trust a
remember,
hero like Billy?
bro? Y'all remember that episode, bro? Well, like, Billy kind of teamed up, and then they got all the gems. And as soon as he got all the gems, like, he had like pretended like he was like he had like uncovered and like the fucking half of his face was a fucking Lich, bro. That shit was fucking wild, bro.
But in reality, they're actually helping the Lich complete the ritual of the Enchiridion, a way to open a portal to the multiverse. One by one, they gather the crystals. The final piece, Princess Bubblegum's gem. And they steal it, complete the set, and slot it into the Enchiridion. And that's when the book begins to change. Glowing, pulsing, reacting to the power it was never meant to hold. But someone else sees through the lie.
That's not Billy! It's the Lich!
A Gumball Guardian locks onto Billy, discharges a blast, and exposes the truth. Half of Billy's face is now burned away, revealing the Lich underneath. He lunges for the book. Finn reacts, tries to destroy it, and that's exactly what opens the portal. Just before stepping through, the Lich turns to Finn,
Thanks, Finn. I couldn't have done it without you.
cold, calculated, inevitable. The
That's
Lich
fucked
makes it
up.
through the portal into Prismo's time room and gets exactly what he wanted: access to the center of the multiverse and unlimited power. Without hesitation, he wishes for the extinction of all life, which Prismo immediately grants. However, it doesn't end there.
Bro, I fuck with Prismo, bro. Prismo's so cool.
Even with the death of all life itself, Finn and Jake are still there to make things right. After some struggle, Jake makes a counter wish, one that rewinds everything and sends them back home, with everything back to normal. And just like that, the Lich's once perfect plan collapses. His wish is spent. His access to his goal is completely revoked. He doesn't scream. He doesn't fight. He doesn't throw a tantrum. He just goes into stasis. If extinction of all life isn't possible right now, then motion, life itself, is irrelevant. That's how the Lich operates. He doesn't crave movement. He doesn't want anything in between. He just craves results and anything that'll take to get him there. If progress isn't possible, he just shuts down entirely, like a machine on standby. No rage, no panic, just silence and waiting to try again. That's not surrender. That's discipline. That's obsession. That's absolute purpose and goal chasing driven to its most horrifying extreme. And that's the part that no one tells you about chasing one goal with everything you've got. When you tie your entire existence to a single outcome, what happens when progress stops or becomes hopeless? Most people would panic, burn out, spiral, look for alternatives, go in denial, get angry. And Doug.
Are you here for Tracy?
We're here for
The Lich, he just shuts down and stops. Because without chasing his goal or having anything to do, he isn't anything. And maybe that's the scariest part. Not that he failed the only way he was going to fulfill his goal, but that he doesn't know how to exist without the chase. Adventure Time also explores what happens if you do eventually reach that one goal that you've always been chasing, and it's darker than you might think. When Finn and Jake try to commit a cosmic crime to access the highest security prison, the Citadel, an opportunity finally arrives. They bring Prismo's mortal body into the time room, and the Lich pounces. He kills Prismo without hesitation, and for the first time since his failure, the goal is back in sight. By committing his cosmic crime, he's transported to the Citadel, where he sets his plan back in motion.
Fall. There is only darkness for you, and only death for your people.
He speaks in cold certainty. No fear, no anger, just logic. It's chilling, not because it's dramatic and that he's the embodiment of evil.
Bro, I remember this, bro. I think this was the last time I think when they went to the Citadel to try to find his dad, bro. That's when I stopped watching Cartoon Network, bro. And like that's where I kind of fell off with the series. But bro, one of these days I'm gonna watch Adventure Time like start to end, bro. Cause like I don't think I ever finished it. But I really need to though. Like I really want to. Like man, I just need to. I think it's on Hulu. So one of these days I'm gonna get a subscription, bro, for a whole week. I don't even think I could finish Adventure Time in a whole weekend. Actually, let me see. Yeah, they got fucking 10 fucking seasons, gang. I don't know, bro. Whenever I get the chance, bro. But like, I wonder what season this is, though.
But
I don't know.
because it's really precise, given his looks. He doesn't curse at the world, he diagnoses it. His language isn't emotional, it's clinical. Like he's not killing, he's correcting. There's no hint of anger, pleasure, or even pride, only inevitability. But something goes wrong. Billy's body, or what's left of it, is too far gone. And when Finn touches him with Citadel Guardian's healing blood, the Lich doesn't grow back Billy's skin or become stronger. He grows new life. He becomes a baby. Harmless, innocent, new. The Lich's body is reborn as Sweet Pea. I'll get to what this exact transition means later, as there's something more important we need.
Bro, actually, nah. I remember Sweet Pea went to tree trunks in them, and like there was a baby, and like they was picking on him and shit, and then like the Lich kind of came out of him. I remember that shit. So I'm a little ahead actually.
Because one day the Lich actually just wins. In Fiona and Cake, Simon stumbles into a dead world, a universe where the Lich succeeded. There are no people, no animals, no color, no life, just bones, dust, and silence. And sitting in the middle of it all is the Lich. Not with a content smile, just as a hollow figure at the bottom of a pit. Still alive, still sentient, but completely unbothered by Simon, Fiona, or Cake. Because in his universe, there's nothing left to kill. The mission is complete. And to him, this perfect embodiment of purpose is now completely useless. He doesn't celebrate, he doesn't gloat, he just lets them walk away. Because when you are your goal, and your goal is complete, there's no you left. Nothing to celebrate, nothing to keep going, nothing to pursue other goals. He should feel victorious. Instead, he's catatonic, detached. The end of all life, his only goal, didn't bring peace, it didn't bring meaning, it just left him with silence. We see the Lich again in Casper and Nova, deep in Golb's dimension. He isn't planning, he isn't killing, he's praying. The Lich, this being of cosmic evil, this self-proclaimed scholar of Golb, is now on his knees pleading for answers.
But it gave me no satisfaction. In succeeding, I lost all purpose.
He doesn't understand. He thought the goal was the meaning, that extinction would complete him. But now that there's nothing left to destroy,
Step into Wig Studio, the platform for agencies and enterprises. Kick off.
there's nothing left of him either.
Why? Why must this be? Hear me, Gold!
He spent millennia chasing this end, possibly even since the beginning of time. And Golb themselves, Chaos incarnate, the thing the Lich devoted his life to, doesn't reward him, doesn't embrace him, doesn't give him a new mission, a new thing to strive for. Golbedi appears, and simply erases him. No words, no comfort, no thanks, just reduction to nothingness.
Yeah.
The Lich, once the end of all things himself, becomes a floating symbol, a silent, meaningless shape, another empty fragment in a place that doesn't care. That's what happens when you sacrifice identity for purpose. Not only do you fail to find fulfillment, you make yourself feel disposable the moment your task is done. The Lich didn't lose, he won, and found out that winning doesn't matter if you don't have a reason to keep going.
Bro, imagine you striving for something like for your whole existence, like just have this one fucking goal, bro, and you finally complete your goal, bro, and like you don't feel shit, bro. Like that's fucked, dude. But I don't know what I'm kind of getting from this right now. It's just kind of like for you to have one goal. I feel like as humans though, like I feel like everybody is different, but I feel like let's just for example, somebody has this one goal, right, and put their heart, mind, and soul and doesn't think about anything else and what is just 100% sick. All right, so bro, I was looking at this Kevin O'Leary video, and he was saying something about the signal rule, and basically it's 80% signal and then 20% noise. So 80% signal. So say if there's like 3 to 5 tasks that you absolutely have to do for the day. Signal is that all that time in that day for you to complete your task and get everything off the checklist in order, right? And noise, and that 20% noise is literally anything that's distracting you or getting you away from completing your goals, right? So 20 that noise could be you scrolling on your phone, spending time with friends and family, like doing anything, right? But you having those, like say if someone had 100% signal, right? Don't worry about anything else other than those 3 goals for that day to push you forward, right? And then they finally get that goal, bro. It's almost like a machine, like a robot. If you kind of set your life up that way, bro, because it's like, bro, you're a robot. You have one task to do, and as soon as you complete that task, you're just still, you idle, bro. But I feel like humans are not supposed to live life like that, bro. Like, I feel like as you get older and as you see things and as you experience things, like you have certain interests, like you change different interests, you grow as a person, bro. So I feel like yeah, you can have that one goal, but I feel like it's also important to diversify what your goals are and what you want out of life. You see what I'm saying? Cause like, bro, like y'all ever see people that's like really invested into their jobs, and like it gets to a point where like all the all the other aspects of life is just fucking 0 to none. Like if you go and see like just for example, like investment bankers, like they be spending like 80 hours a week at their work, right? And like they don't talk to friends or family, like they don't have any type of connections outside of the workplace, bro. And I feel like that's what happens when like either work or goal consumes you, bro. Yeah, I don't know, that shit just like I don't know, that it opened my eyes up a little bit, you see what I'm saying? Like, but that's just crazy though.
That's the core of his tragedy. He embodies the same exact loop that many people are stuck in every day. Chasing something so strongly, expecting that one thing to make them feel whole. Once I have it, then I'll be fulfilled. Only to get it and feel nothing. Or at least, not for a long time. It's the hedonistic treadmill. You run, you grind, you reach a milestone, but instead of satisfaction, you just find another target. Now, imagine tying your entire existence to that loop, but it's just one single thing for thousands or millions of years. Not a job, not a relationship, but the total annihilation of all living things. The Lich believed that achieving this purpose would give him peace, because that's who he was. But what it gave him, at the end, was just silence. And the terrifying realization that there was never anything afterwards. No identity, no joy, no capacity to stop running. He was never built to be satisfied, just to achieve the end result, just to move forward towards that goal, and when there's nowhere left to go, no...
Imagine being able to build anything. For any reason, in any style, at any scale.
level left to reach, no meaning or end result left to extract, he just collapses. Not in defeat, but in irrelevance. Because when happiness is always tied to the next milestone, you never actually arrive. The truth is, the longer you delay your joy, tying it to some future moment of success, the more you teach yourself that now is never good enough, that you're never good enough to feel happy in the moment. Even when you do get what you wanted, it won't feel like arrival, and you won't be happy at that time. It'll just feel like the starting line for the next goal, and at that goal you'll be happy. That's the trap. Life doesn't happen at the end when you achieve your goals. It happens when the sun is shining through your windows on a beautiful day. It happens when you're enjoying a glass of chocolate milk with the heater on during a cold winter day, if you're not lactose intolerant. It happens through the people who walk beside you, not because you've won anything, but because you showed up. It happens on the way towards those goals, where you're learning and improving and enjoying the moment itself. So set goals, chase growth, push forward. But don't make the mistake of thinking that happiness is something you earn later once you win, once you get there. It's something you practice and live in now, even while the outcome is still uncertain, even while you're still becoming who you think you'll be in the future. It's in the highest highs and the lowest lows and everywhere in between that normal life happens. And that's when you should find happiness. And that leads me back to Sweet Pea. Sweet Pea is what happens when that same destructive force is given a second chance in a more naive, lovable form. Not erased, not forgotten as an identity, just kind of rerouted. Sweet Pea is the Lich reborn into love, raised in simplicity. And even though fragments of the Lich still stir inside him, dark dreams, violent instincts, he isn't consumed by them. Because Sweet Pea isn't just given purpose, he's allowed to be a person and pursue anything. And when that darkness of the Lich finally rises again in whispers, Sweet Pea doesn't run from it. He faces it, and he chooses something else. He doesn't defeat the Lich with violence. He rejects him with identity, with selfhood, with the words,
Sweet Pea.
I am not a king of ruin.
What?
and that's everything. Sweet Pea shows us that even if you're born from destruction, even if there's darkness inside you, as there is in most of us, you can still make a different choice. You can still pursue your own goals, find happiness from the moments in between, and you can still live. You can still be more. We eventually see Sweet Pea graduate from school and wander Ooh as a mountain-sized hero in the future. Where the Lich saw all of existence as a problem to solve, Sweet Pea sees it as a life to live in the moment. And maybe, just maybe, that's the closest thing to peace the Lich ever got. Now, I'm sure you're not the embodiment of all evil like the Lich. Probably. You get to decide what your purpose feels like to live with. So, ask yourself honestly, is your goal shaping you into someone you actually want to be? Or is it just dragging you forward and taking away everything else and not letting you live in the moment? Because the end of the road won't give you peace. Only you can do that. If this resonated with you, take a moment to pause, not to stop moving.
Alright, y'all. Well, that was the end of the video. You feel me? I appreciate anybody that came in and stopped by. But yeah, this is the end of the video, y'all. I'll talk to y'all boys tomorrow.